Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of It's All About the Game and Slim Explains It. This is the series where I take questions from my comments section and I try to answer them to the best of my ability. This particular question comes from a longtime viewer, Panghine. It says, "Thank you for the videos, Slim." And the video he's referencing is my specialty gym type video where I went over botch, silence gyms, and immobile gyms. And he asks one question. If the poster has an activated buff move for a color gym, example would be Hall of Fame Triple H or Arcadis Oscar, the specialty gym buff from Entourage are calculated, or the original base gym damage, or after the activated buff numbers. This is a great question, in that I completely ignored it during the original episode. So shame on me. This is absolutely something I should have gone over. So, for this, we're going to use Naomi Return of the Glow because she uses botch gems, which is relevant to the first video, which I'll link down to the description. So she uses botch gems and she does have an activated gem move, okay, or activated buff move. So let's take a look at it. Here, the only moves I'm really interested in are the roundhouse kick. Here's your activated buff, and then the moonsault, which is choose 3 columns to make into botch gems. Over here in the entourage, I need all of this MP to get started. I do have some flat damage from Santa, and I do have 50% more botch gem damage from Stacy right here, Ms. Keebler. Over here, just to show off where all the damage is coming from, I do have Fury 3s. I am running 100% gem damage strap. I do have a 60% green gem damage metal, and I have about 52.71% in percent substat bonuses. All right. Important to note, she does have gear, which is 300% more green gem damage. And her opponent is going to be Lacey Evans, who is a trickster. So I do have class advantage as well. All right. So I have all of this preloaded, including her base gem damage. It's all loaded in this side. All right. Um, so when we get into it, right here, we'll take a look at some things. Now, the one annoying thing about testing everything out on Miss Lacey Evans here is her trainer setup is set up in such a way that there is a 5% um, gym damage defense built into it, which you can see right here. And I will show you the math right now on how that looks. So you take gym defense, because you take the base gym damage 50813 and you multiply it by 5% or 0.05. All of the numbers will be off by essentially 2541. Okay, and I'll show that to you here real quick. If you look at a green gem, we think it's going to be 377,053 according to the. I just realized how I can actually put this into the calculator and not have to do this every time. That's amazing. Anyway, sorry, side note. That's show notes for future Slim. Um, anyway, you'll see that the green gem damage is actually 374,512. In the calculator, we're thinking it should be 377,053. If you take that 377,053 and you subtract it by base gem damage 50813 multiplied by 5%, there's your gem defense, 374,512.35. And that's exactly what's showing is 374,512. All right, cool. Everybody with me? Cool. So that's just the base gem damage. Now let's look at what happens when we put the botch gem on. Now we know we're getting 50% on botch gems, so we can expect an increase in damage of 25,407, and you can see that right here. Okay. And if we take a look, we are within 2,500 of what we are anticipating. The 402, 460 is 2,500 away from the 399, 919. All right. So the question is about what happens to the activated move damage, the buff that you're getting. Well, the buff is essentially a multiply, and it says 300% here because it adds. All right, it's actually roughly 400% because you take the this damage here and then you add 300% to it and you get to here. So it's basically times 4. So if we do this, we will see that we're at 1.59 million damage. Over here, we're at 1.6. However, this has been multiplied 4 times. That means the gem defense, which is roughly 2,500, has been multiplied 4 times as well. So we take it from that 1.6 million, we go to 1.599 million. And that's how all of that works. So Pang, yes, that is the simple answer to your question is yes. When you use an activated move, it does take these specialty gem buffs that you get from trainers, gear, moments, stuff like that, and it does add into the activated move, since the activated move takes the total gem damage, including the specialty gems, and it multiplies it by the number on screen. Like I said here, 300%, and then you add that to the base. Hope this helps. Hope this explains it. If you would like to be on the next episode of It's All About the Game and Slim Explains It, all you got to do is ask me questions. You can shoot me messages on Discord. You can find me in the official Discord and most of the content creators' Discords. I am Slim Numbers on Discord. If you just want to DM me, you can leave me messages in my YouTube comment. And then you can find me on Twitch, and you can ask me questions there. And depending on the question, I may make a video of It's All About the Game and Slim Explains It. As always, if you've learned anything today, if you've been entertained by anything today, or if you just happen to like the sound of my voice, do me a favor, click like, click subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.